Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. My friends over at yarnspirations.com. We have a special series today. This is the Sampler Blues Crochet Afghan. This is video number 1. So what this is a combination of 8 different sample stitches that make up this particular idea. So it requires 2 balls of Caron anniversary cakes. It's the big balls. I'll show you those in a second. And what this is, it's 2 different colors. So I'm going to rely on you to change the color as per the pattern. So just pull up the pattern and do that. So my goal for you today is to be able to show you each one of these sections as an individual section and work my way through this. So instead of doing the whole Afghan, I'm just going to work with a small swatching area, and then you can carry on and we'll cover those instructions. So you also have the written words. I've kind of gone through the notes just to make sure there's no surprises for me. And you're also going to find stitching diagrams, which are great opportunities for learning that as well. You'll need an 8mm size L crochet hook to play and the Caron anniversary cake. So you'll notice that this is very different from regular Caron cakes, and I'll show you that right now. So here's the Caron anniversary cake. It is massive. It is 1,000 grams of fabulousness. It is a minty shindig is what this is called, and a really beautiful yarn, and you can see the color transitions. So when you look at the colorways yourself, it's such a big ball that it looks like it's changing color quicker. It's not. It's just because it's a big ball, and the bigger it gets, the less of these bands look, but it's still the same amount. So we're gonna be playing with this today, and we're gonna break you down in the sense of going through this particular pattern. And let's begin then section number 1 and get ourselves started today. Throughout this pattern you will find all the abbreviations there on page number 1, and then you'll find the instructions. Then we'll start on page number 2. Just like you have here. So some of these have a repeat pattern and some of them don't, as far as like being able to have the stitch counts to match. So each one of these has the power to be its own particular Afghan by itself, but when this has been worked up sequentially, then you'll notice it'll all work together. What I need you to pay attention to the most is that some of these stitches rely on adding additional stitches here. Like for example, we will add this in this particular one with the arrow pattern, and we will carry the on with that one into the lattice with those additional stitches and then bring them back into sequence later on. The reason for it is that some of these stitches, because it's a sampler, require more stitches, because if you don't add more, then what happens is you end up with an hourglass particular Afghan, because some stitches really pull together. So we want to keep that in mind when we're going to do this. But when I provide you the stitch multiples for this, that's if you're starting this absolutely from scratch and that's all you want in this particular blanket, is just this particular pattern, for example. So let's begin, and let's take a look at the diagram as we begin week number 1, and we'll get ourselves established with the first row. So as we start the section number 1, we're going to do the running ridges pattern. So this is what it looks like here on paper. So once we get ourselves established, you will notice that it's gonna work itself pretty good. So if you want to do this particular pattern by itself, nothing else, then it's multiples of 4. So just chain in multiples of 4, and when you're satisfied, just stop, and then you can carry on in this particular pattern. But we need to get ourselves started with the starting row at this moment, and let's begin to do that, and then we're gonna dive right into this next. To begin, let's create a slip knot, and we're going to start off, and we need to chain 100 for this particular sample. So if you're doing the stitch multiples and it's only this particular pattern, then it's multiples of 4, and then you can work that out with yourself. And also 100 is a multiple of 4 if you haven't figured that out yet. So just chain to 100 and meet me back here in just a moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now that we have our chain done, we're going to go into row number 1, and so we're going to go second chain from the hook. So just go, there's the first chain, there's the second, turn it over and do the back hump of the chain itself, and do 1 single crochet all the way. For complete transparency, I only chained 36, which is a multiple of 4, and so I will end up with 35 stitches at the end. Yourself, you will end up with 99. So single crochet on the back hump of the chain all the way across, please. Once you're at the end of the chain, just finish and turn around, and let's begin row number 2 next. So you'll notice in the written instructions it says chain 2 at the beginning does not count as a half double crochet. So as we begin row number 2, we're going to chain 2. That doesn't count as anything, so make sure you're not counting that and just immediately go into the first one. Sometimes you have to go to the second, but because it's not counting as a half double crochet, it's just a builder. So make sure you half double crochet in the first one that's directly below it, and then move your way down all the way of half double crocheting all the way across on row number 2. I'll see you at the end of the row. So I'm all the way at the end. I'm gonna half double crochet right to the final, turn and work, and let's begin row number 3. As you begin number 3, we're gonna chain up 1 and we're gonna single crochet in the first 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and something remarkable is just about to happen. So in the very next stitch right here, you're going to do a front post double crochet. So right directly below, and you're gonna go right around the half double crochet itself. So around the post, and you're going to do a front post double crochet. This is now going to establish that the side that you're looking at now is the right side of the work. Progressing then to the next stitch, so do the next 3 in a row. So 1, 2 and 3, and then drop down again and do the next. So see these 3 here? It's in between this one. Okay, I don't know if it's easy to see that here on camera or not. The lighting is so bright here with the monitors. So you'll see that there will be 3 stitches that will be between them. So think about it like a bowling alley. So jumping to the next 3, a single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and then jumping back down. So if you're not sure, just look 1, 2, 3, and it's obviously the 4th one away, so that you have the 3 that are sitting in between. So I want you to do this all the way across. This is row number 3, and then we'll start the repeat pattern carrying on in this motion. As you come up on the other side, I'm just maintaining the pattern as I know it. So I'm doing my last double crochet front post, and then the last 3 are single crochet. So I know my stitch counts are right. Okay, so and make sure the last one is in the turning chain. So let's turn our work and begin row number 4, which is then the start of the repeat pattern for this particular section. So number 4, we're going to just chain up 2, does not count as anything. We've already said that before, and you're just gonna start immediately in the first one because that first chain 2 doesn't count as anything, and you're gonna half double crochet yourself in every stitch going all the way across. So a nice easy row. This is row number 4. I'll see you at the end of the row. I'm coming up all the way to the last stitch here, and then that's it. So we're going to turn our work and begin row number 5, which is part of the repeat. So 4 and 5 are the repeats. So it's exactly what you already know. So the difference is that you're going to go into this already existing front post double crochet when you go down. So just chain up 1 for row number 5 and single crochet in the first 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and then drop down and drop down on this stitch here, the existing. So just come right down and just do a front post double crochet around that same one. That'll keep that ridge moving up. Now you'll see the colors changing quicker because my sample is not as wide as the original, so just keep that in mind. And so you're going to single crochet the next 3 and then drop. Okay, so you just drop down, pick up the other front post double crochet with the new front post double crochet, and you're gonna do that all the way across. So please do this. This is number 5. So I'm just coming up all the way and just repeating the pattern as we know it, and then the last 3 are single crochet just to keep the balance. So we've now just finished the instructions of 4 and 5, and we're just going to turn our work. Now it says repeat 4 and 5 twice more. So you're gonna do 4 and 5, 4 and 5, and then repeat 4 one more time. So what we're gonna do is repeat rows number 4 and 5, 4 and 5, and then 4. And this is where I'm gonna leave you at this particular moment, and I will have that done. So remember, 4 is just straight, just a half double crochets. 5 is the drop down. So 4 is the half double crochets, 5 is the drop down, and then you're gonna half double crochet for the 4th one again, and then that's where I'm gonna pick you up next. So I'll see you there in just a few moments of time. So I've now just completed the repeat pattern. So we did 4 and 5, 4 and 5, and then we ended on 4, so that was a half double crochet row on the wrong side here. So this is where I'm gonna leave you. We're now going to move into the next stages for this. If you are changing colors, then you will want to change the color on the last stitch here and get ready for the horizontal ridge pattern, and that's in the next tutorial. So I'll see you then, and let's carry on and spread the joy of crochet. So this is Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Card, as well as my friends over at yarnspirations.com. Bye bye.